Hey guys, T-Bull here. Today I got a look at the T-61 ranked domination mode game on the map Straight. Got the Bay build. It's set up for killing destroyers. I'm trying out Vian this season to see how he works. I'm going to play some T-61 along with the Aoba and DeGrasse. Um, so far I got him up to level 12. Seems fairly intriguing, but I'm going to put him up to 15 this weekend and we'll be able to fully test him out. So I'll probably report back on Vine's abilities coming down the line here. If you're new to the game or you play like you are, the object of domination mode is to win on points, and you get points by capturing these objectives. Usually, A is kind of conceded to us, C is kind of conceded to them. B is the hot spot. I'm going to boost and try and get on B as quickly as possible. The play is either to kill an enemy destroyer that's trying to make the same play, or if they don't push as aggressively as I am, hopefully we can take the cap right off the bat. If you can get two caps right off the bat, your odds of winning just doubled. And it's extremely important. Also, getting going at the beginning of these ranked matches, if you're not ready to play when the match starts, you're playing the wrong mode. I lost a game last night by 4 points because the enemy team got on their cap that they spawned by 2 seconds quicker than our team did. And I looked back and it was some destroyer buffing his Dewey and just yucking it up in the back for the first, minute of the game. Cost us the match. So if you're playing ranked, get ready to go and do what you're doing. Anyway, we're pushing in here, and you can see they're flipping C, we're flipping A as expected. And for these destroyers, it's always a tough call. Do you want to blind fire torps and just kind of deny, an aerial denial play, kind of zoning these ships out, or do you want to just hold on and try and strike them? I kind of go back and forth on that. The blind fired torps, percentage wise, aren't very effective, but when they start beeping on the screen and distracting people, that can catch these ships off guard. Fubuki, or I don't know, that's an Icarus, pops up here, and we're going to pop the smoke, slow down, get some opening shots. We need him to shoot, and if he shoots, that'll expand his detectability. Setting him on fire also expands the detectability. We're just trying to keep the ship lit. Both me, I'm not really spotting him in the smoke, of course, but we do have the sonar active. But if teammates, me, can keep this guy spotted, take him off the board, that's a destroyer off the board right away. Their destroyer power, their spotting power, their torp power reduced by a third right off the bat of the game. That's a devastating loss, and that, again, halves your chances of winning a domination mode game right off the bat. Playing destroyers, it's for me, I'm a really aggressive player, which is why I'm not as good of a destroyer player as I should be. But you gotta stay alive in these domination mode games. And if you're dying to capture a cap early is not worth your life. Just dying in the first 2 or 3 minutes, you're almost always going to cost your team the match. So if you're pushing in and you get focused, just try and get out of there as quick as possible. Guidey pushing in and really aggressively. I don't know what his plan is, but that's going to be 2 destroyers right off the bat. He's beached himself here. He's getting focused and pushing in to situations where you have 2 or 3 or 4 ships that are within 5, even 10 kilometers of you. As a destroyer, that's committing suicide. And again, it's just overly aggressive and not helpful. Down 2 destroyers, and the 3rd destroyer pops up off the bat. We do have a chance to take him out. This guy, he did have some torps that we do have to deal with, though, so we take our attention off that destroyer over there briefly, and he's able to disappear. So, not catastrophic yet, but it's not looking good for the enemy team. Nuremberg, we got broadside. We do switch to AP for the lightly armored broadside cruiser. It's a long-range shot. We do have to keep an eye on those icons on the right-hand side of the screen to see what the shells are doing, and keep an eye on the damage. I used to run Gurren as an inspiration on these German destroyers. They do have really high damage AP, but the penetration's a bit of an issue. So if you run Gurren, you'll increase the pen there, but I'm still trying out different builds. Bay on Bay. So, analyzing the game now, what do we have to do? All we have to do is hold B. We have our cap that we started with on the north, and then we have the center cap. How do you win the game? By points. So we keep them off of B, and the game is over. They need to be pretty aggressive here in switching or flipping this cap. And that's why if you can get the second cap right off the bat, you have such an advantage here. We're just going to slow play it. You can see a lot of my team is just kind of not in a position to really fire on a lot of these ships that we're trying to spot and keep lit for them. But that's fine. We're not trying to be aggressive here. I'm not trying to push forward and torp those guys. They still have one destroyer left. If I push forward really aggressively, he spots me, then I can get focused by 2 or 3 ships in the back there and get removed from the game pretty quickly. And that's a major mistake, and it could potentially throw the game. But we're just going to sit here. We're going to try and spot some targets, and I'm hoping that I'm keeping an eye on that radio indicator that's telling me the closest ship, because I suspect the enemy destroyer is going to try and make some sort of play the more that he's forced to by the differential in the score increasing over time here. But I cannot reinforce this point enough. Your goal is to hold 2 caps in these ranked domination mode games. That's your goal. If you happen to kill all the enemy ships, fine, but that's not your goal. And trying to do that is going to lose you a lot of games. Fubuki does push in. He was trying to potentially flip this cap or at least spot us. And we're just going to we're whittling him down with these devastating German guns. And there's nothing they can do. Now we immediately stop shooting and we retreat to the back of the cap here. And staying alive, again, majorly important. We've killed all their destroyers. We've killed all 3. So if I die, we're probably not throwing the match at this point. But I'm not that comfortable ceding control to my teammates in these ranked mode games. In general, I'd say your main goal in terms of what you should be doing, should we be dealing damage or staying alive? Staying alive is more important, especially with the destroyer, where spotting is kind of the main goal here. So this game's looking like it could potentially be a quick one. We got our smoke up, we got our sonar up, we got our torps up. We're ready to go here. We got another Nuremberg, I think, sailing in broadside. So we're going to lock the guns to the right here. That'll allow the back turrets to start swinging around. Locking the guns, of course, is available in controller preset 3, if you're going to ask, which I get asked every single day. That's how you do it. And we're just going to get into position here. We do have another Fuso, I believe, to the left, and we'll see if we can do some damage to these ships here. Fuso, you can see he's backing up, so watch where I aim. We're going to put one right there where he's at. Now, one as far to the left as we can without hitting that island, hopefully. Don't want to hit the island. It'll create a big splash and alert everyone that there's torps in the water. Then we pop the smoke. Nuremberg's broadside, of course, so we switch back to AP. I don't know if my aim's off this game or not. I don't think we end up hitting any citadels, but it's not the end of the world here. We're still getting a couple thousand damage every few seconds with these ships, and that's devastating. I don't know what the Nuremberg's health is. It's probably 20, 25, somewhere in that range. And that's just basically 10% every handful of seconds that we're dealing damage to this guy. Fuso, we do get a few shots in there. It looks like 4 hits altogether. And then the Nuremberg's going down. And this game was pretty decisive. Let's just put it that way. I thought that was a good look on the mentality that destroyer players should be having, though, in these ranked matches. So hopefully you enjoyed that one, guys. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. A lot of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Let me know how rank's going for you. And we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.